Okay. Alright, hi, I'm Mr. Coleman. I'm going to show you how to find an unknown angle's degrees in a quadrilateral when you have the other three angles. So, first I'm going to draw a quadrilateral for you. This, as you can see, is a trapezoid because it has one set of parallel lines. And I'm just going to kind of label some of these angles here. I'm going to call this one 60 since it is an acute angle. It's got to be less than 90. I'm going to call this one 60 also. It's clearly an acute angle. And then this angle, I've got to call more than 90 because as you can see it's obtuse. So I'm going to call it just 100. It might not be exactly 100, but this is just an example. And here's my unknown angle. I'm also going to label my different vertices. This is vertex A, B, C, and D. Okay, so as you can see, D is my unknown. Now I know that if I add up all three of the angles that I do have, and I subtract from 360, I will have the unknown angle because a quadrilateral has 360 degrees in it. So I'm going to set this up as an algebra problem first. I'm going to say A plus B plus C plus D will give me 360 degrees. Now I'm going to substitute in, just like I do in algebra, I'm going to substitute in my known numbers. So for A I'm going to write 100 because I do have that. For B I'm going to write 60. I'm going to kind of cross them out as I go so I know I've done it. For C I'm going to write 60. And for D it's unknown, so I'm going to put the variable D, and then I'm going to put equals 360. So that's how it's set up as an algebra problem. As you can see, I have an equation here. Okay? Now another way I can show it is I can show it as a graphic. Okay? Usually we do that like this, knowing that 360 is the total. If I have the total, that goes on top, and then the parts go in the middle. Now, I got 100 right here. I've got 60 here. I've got 60 here, and I've got D here. So as you can see, I showed it two ways. I can solve it as an algebra problem, and I can show it as a graphic. Now it's time to do the work. Okay, so when I add 100, 60, and 60 up together, I can do that in my head. 60 and 60 is 120, and 120 plus 100 is 220. But if I wanted to show it, I'd go like this. Be pretty easy. And I'm only doing this because I wanted to show you that I'm adding. Okay? So I have zeros here. 6 and 6 is 12. I regrouped that 10, and now I have 220. Now I'm going to take the 220 and subtract. So I've got 220 plus D equals 360. So I'm going to subtract 360. I'm just going to work it right over here. I'm going to subtract the 220 from 360. And I get 140. And I'm going to call it degrees. So D equals 140 degrees, and that is how you find the degrees of an unknown angle in a quadrilateral. Thank you for watching.